Hello. Hello, everyone. I am your host, your lucrative insurance strategist, Amber McCray, and I wanted to talk to you guys about how to actually prepare to launch your services for 2026. 2026. I do have a community called Med Hair Professionals Community. And in this community, we actually go in deep on different strategies and different techniques that you guys can do to promote this and get this going in your business. And I want to kind of give you guys just an overview or a demo of how that conversation can go. All right, so I have a few bullet points, some talking points that I want to make sure that you guys have. If you are new to this channel, I am your lucrative insurance strategist, Amber McCray, and I help beauty professionals maximize their profits in the hair loss industry. We do this through things like accepting different forms of payment, medical forms of payment through insurance, through government contracted agencies, through HSA and FSA accounts, through care credit. But there are steps to get to this point. We have to get you guys credentialed. With us being licensed in our field of cosmetology and barbering, we are actually able to become durable medical equipment suppliers. So, with all of this being something that we are actually eligible to do, and we actually fulfill those requirements. We have put together a course called the Jumpstart Your Hair Loss Business course, online course that actually goes through step by step by getting credentialed to accept different all these different types of payments. But with this credential, you also get full access to being able to you actually get full access to other opportunities like partnering with other medical professionals, partnering with other agencies, working with doctors. Sorry, guys, we have some outside car action today. But you can actually get on with doctors, you can get on with veteran affairs hospitals, work with oncology clinics, you name it. So all this year, my community has been getting themselves prepared to be able to take on this type of work because they have put together their services or they've gotten certified to do non-surgical hair replacement. Maybe they're offering stem cell therapy now. They've actually done the credentialing component of it to actually be able to accept these different forms of payments. And now it's time to put it all together and promote. And a lot of times, many of them have already started, but tell people all the time if there's something new that you want your business to be known for, the beginning of the year is a good opportunity to do it. A lot of times, clients are already in the mindset to start seeing what it is that's going to be new for your business. And it just is an easier transition. If you're trying to go up in prices, this is a good time to do it. If you're trying to launch a new service, this is the time to do it. If you have new packages or memberships you want to offer, this is a good time to do it. And I want to just give you guys some promotional tips that you guys can do in your business. But you want to go ahead and get started now. So when January 1st comes, it's already an email blast away. All right, so first things first, we want to make sure that you guys are actually clarifying your service offer. All right, clarifying your service offer. What is it exactly that you're trying to do? I work for ProCell, for example, ProCell therapy treatments. And what we do is that we actually do stem cell therapy services for, they have hair and skin treatments. And I actually have taught my community and anybody who gets on with this company how to actually package it, okay, into a service. We don't want to list this. I don't want to list it. It's just I do have it listed as an a la carte service, but I have a package that I want to promote. So one of the promotions that I wanted to promote is my 4-month hair restoration package. Okay. And what that includes is the stem cell therapy treatment, the process stem cell therapy treatment, supplementation, and nutritional guidance to make sure this individual can get to their goal of hair restoration. Okay. I put my price point on it and I want to promote and make sure that it's highlighted on my website. And I'm going to also do an email blast to let my clients know that this service is available. Okay. You also have things like your platforms like social media guys. You could use your YouTube, your Facebook, make a video, go in there. If you want to do a pre-recorded video, or if you want to do a video that people keep coming back to see on YouTube, that is the opportunity to put together whatever your treatment protocol that you want to do. Let's just say that maybe you're not doing stem cell therapy or trichology services. Maybe you want to bundle up your weave packages, or you have healthy hair maintenance. I know a lot of people are known for doing like silk presses, and if you have a person who has a silk press that needs to come every week, put together a four appointment package that they can pay monthly, and this will help you guys guarantee what you're actually going to be bringing in, or have a good roundabout things. Like, yeah, there are going to be clients who may not want to commit to that exactly, but you'll be surprised how many people will go ahead and be like, you know what, I could put that in my budget and give them some extra perks. They're coming every week. So that's going to include them getting a hydration treatment each time, so you're not having to do it a la carte. Maybe they're getting a protein treatment each time, or you rotate the treatments that they need. Everything is included in that, so people are just not getting that nickel and dime. If you want to offer a more of um, a program with your supplementation, I know some of my ladies were like, okay, well, I want to promote more of my supplementation. Okay, so everybody who comes into my clinic for a scalp detox will also be included, will also get the suggested supplements that they need. So that's going to, increase their retail, but also help that client get the results that they need, because we know that getting your hair to grow back, it is also an internal thing. It is not just what you're doing on top of your scalp. All right. Now, once you figured out what your treatment program is going to be, are you offering maybe you have a new device that you want to offer your high frequency treatments, your hydration treatments? Maybe that is what you're trying to do. But now you need to figure out what client type, who identify your ideal client profile for this service. Are these going to be clients who are having medical conditions with their hair loss? Are these people who are wanting more cosmetic services? Are these people who you want to work with virtually? I had one of my students in the community, one of my colleagues in the community said that she wanted to do, might not, for those who might can't afford her package, she wants to do like a work with me type idea, where she has her own community, where she communicates with them via, messaging, however they want to do it, and they'll buy they should send the products to them that they need. She's getting paid off the retail side of this, but the clients have, like, some type of overview of something that they can follow along with to make sure that they're getting the services done. Because sometimes these people just may not have that time to actually get those services done. I mean, we may not have the funds to necessarily come into your full 4-month program, but they do want something. And this is a good way to get your clients kind of warmed up to progress to that next package if they want to, or just be a ongoing client who wants to get your retail. I have quite a few of those as well. I know something that I also like to do at the end of the year, which this year I didn't get to do it because I have we were planning for a wedding, and but one thing that I really enjoyed doing is around the holidays, I would do like a holiday wellness party. So I'm still gonna do it in January because I didn't get to do it in December. But something we started doing was like a crazy sweater wellness party. We would have people do a ugly sweater party, and they would come in. I would do a PowerPoint presentation to show the supplements that I offer, and we would really just get have a conversation about it, and then people will go ahead and invest in the supplements to help them with their hair restoration process. And then I also would have a layout of like a sign up sheet for those who might want a consultation, and maybe that day I would discount the consultations they can get. Okay. And I'll make sure they have samples. One thing about the part company that I work with, which I work with Isotonics, Isotonics has PowerPoints already made for you. And I was able to do demonstrations, product demonstrations, that they give you the PowerPoint to do that. And doing this product demonstration, people was like in awe, like, oh, I got to get this for my body, for my system, so I can feel better. So having a open house or some type of event to do this, and I'm actually going to do another open house because I move locations. And so once I get things put together like I want, we're going to do an open house and just kind of do things ongoing. I even did a sipping plant one year where I wanted to promote, our sipping was smoothies using the protein powder from Isotonics that I really like, and I put a lot of my clients on, and they were planting to kind of get like another learn how to do a decompressing stress activity, and there was a PowerPoint for that. So there are so many things you can do to really promote your program. So for January, let's just say maybe December is too much of a hustle and bustle for you, but January people are looking for a better way of life. So that is a great opportunity to jump out there and push that, hey, I have these new services available so they can get on. Okay. Clearly state what the problem solves. All right. What problem are you solving? Are you trying to grow people's hair back? Are you trying to be known for wellness coaching? Are you trying to be known for your new products that are going to help with their treatment services? And I can't even leave out my hair replacement. For those who are doing like the wigs and the hair replacement, just putting out that you're helping them get to their ideal look that they're wanting to get to instantly and not having to worry about it. Just is a more efficient a way of a more efficient service that they don't have to worry about coming off their head while they're sleeping. They don't have to worry about they can go swimming, they can sweat. They're at these parties. They don't have to worry about being in these big type of events and Christmas parties and worried about if their hair is not secured in a way that is more effective. So you can't forget that because, like I say, hair replacement is the sole part of why I even teach about insurance. But yes, you can promote that you are now accepting insurance for these services and watch those people come in. Because a lot of people who have just got in with open enrollment and now they have new insurance plans that may have them more eligible for your durable medical equipment service that you offer. I can't believe I forgot that. That's the biggest thing. Accepting those things or say that maybe now you do accept HSA and FSA accounts, which are cards, medical cards that your person, mostly our clients have that when their insurance doesn't cover it, they have these cards that cover those expenses. So even offering those different payment options. Affirm. One of my websites started accepting Affirm and Klarna, and I promoted, hey, now accepting Affirm and Klarna. So whatever it is to get out your services, you already have the services, but now you're trying to solve their problems of whether you're trying to get your hair back or you want your instant look, a new look, or maybe not being able to afford these services was a problem, and now I am offering an option to help you afford those services. Okay. And then, like I said, I love bundles. I love to put together programs, even if they are on my hair replacement program. They know that they're getting a new hair system every 3 to 4 months, and they have a set monthly rate that they can pay when they come into that. And they say pay so much down, and then they pay ongoing until the end of the year, and then we do it again. So this is a good time to get new clients in for that as well. And the biggest thing, guys, whatever you come up with, use AI, use ChatGPT, make them put it in a way that you can accept your clients can hear it all in one line. Okay. Your service cannot be explained in one sentence. The market will not be able to resonate with you. As business owners, we can get very wordy or we know what we're trying to put out there. But the clients, I tell people, I had to learn from one of my sales coaches about trichology. I know I'm a certified clinical trichologist, but you'll be surprised how many consumers don't even know what that is. And just about every hair loss client I had was like, I had to Google what is a trichologist because people were telling them that they need to get a trichologist in office, but they were not a they didn't know what a trichologist was, or they need to go see a trichologist. But my salesperson said, I wouldn't care that you were a trichologist. I cared that you said you could help me with my hair. So one of my phrases that I use for my business is Healthy Hair Solutions helps individuals find the answers to their alopecia through organic solutions. Okay? They're calling out people who are dealing with hair loss and alopecia, and we're letting them know that we have a organic solution available for them, which is going to get them to inquire with us. Okay. So that is just it. What is your client? Who is your client? Are you focusing on cancer patients? Are you focusing on veterans? Are you focusing on ladies, males, children with hair loss? Or like I said, I deal with all of them. But if I had to really just figure out what my niche is, I have more clients who desire natural hair loss solution styles. That would be more my specialty that I can demonstrate. But I'm wide open. I let them know I'm helping everyone with alopecia. Okay. All right. Now, when it comes to all of this, guys, I do know sometimes it's from state to state. There are different compliances that we need to stay in, or we have different scopes. Like I said, I am able to offer stem cell therapy because I'm a licensed cosmetologist in my state. But if you're not able to offer stem cell therapy, like I said, or you can do the DME license in your state, so you can do the non-surgical hair replacement and get one on insurance companies. Okay, licensing has different licenses, have different rules, and there's a different scope of practice that you want to make sure that you're staying in. So whatever you market, even with these different companies, I know when it comes to supplementation, I have to be careful not to say to promise any claims, okay? Because there are certain things that we can and cannot promote. So get with the companies, use their marketing materials, and put it out there. And if it's just you marketing your own business, just be careful what you're we cannot promise anything. We don't want to promise anything, but we can show the results that people have attained and just put out the facts of what the treatment is supposed to do. Okay. All right. Now, when it comes to pricing and payment options, pricing, make it in a digestible price. Yes, I could say a package is $4,000, but I will let people know their consultation will be credited towards that. And if they're not able to pay that all up front, we have payment options. Okay, 1,000 is a down payment. They may break down the payments over the course of their treatments. If they have 8 treatments, they may have so much that they pay each treatment. If they are um working with insurance companies. The insurance companies may reimburse part of that. Okay. Or like I said, I might can bill them and bill the insurance company and get chunk of that covered. If they're working with an HSA or FSA account, I'm going to make sure that we're going to have the invoice showing the covered service that they can actually get because there are eligible covered services that they're able to cover. And I'll make sure that they can get that either through swiping it through my machine or sending them an invoice that they can go back and get the reimbursement back. Well, sending them a receipt. So you want to make sure you have a clear financial conversation because you know what your prices are. You want to be clear on what your prices are so you can make sure that you are letting your clients know what they're getting. Are they getting a single session or are they getting a package of sessions? And what is all included in those sessions? And in our community, guys, that was one of our activities. I had people figure out what their price was because they had our course actually has a pricing strategy lesson, and it helps people figure out what do you want to make hourly. What does hourly look like as a business owner? One, so you can pay yourself, and two, so you can pay your business. And if you know what that number is, you'll be able to come up with packages that are feasible for both you and your business and for your client. Building the client journey. All right. How does your client come to you? What makes the client, what is your sales process? When a person inquires with you about hair loss services, do you send them a link? Do you just message them and make a text and have a text conversation? Do you just hope that they find your page and see what you do and find your link? What is your process? Do you have a link in your bio that tell them how to book with you? Do you have your booking link on your page? And so for me, I mean, it took me some time to kind of figure out what would be best, but I ended up putting out a full experience for my client. And when I do not follow the experience the right way, a lot of times I may lose the sale. So once you figure out your sales process, stick to that each time if it works. For me and for many others that I coach in our community, we know that first things first, we want to have some type of discovery conversation, a discovery call, whether that's a phone call, whether that's a Zoom call, whether that's a texting conversation in the DMs to lead to a consultation link. But at the end of the day, you want to have, when people inquire, even if I'm in the store, I send them this link because people will say, oh, it's Amber. Um, I've been having some things going on with my hair. I used to catch it at restaurants. I'm literally sitting down eating, and somebody saying, "Oh, you're Amber. I've been seeing you posting about, posting on your page," and they have taken their wig off at the restaurant. And I'm like, no. If I don't say no, I'm like, oh, okay. Yes, I can definitely help you with that. Let me send you this link so we can have a conversation on a different day. more in details. And it's really just me redirecting their focus to, yes, I am here at this restaurant eating, and yes, I can help you with your hair loss, but we need to have this conversation in a more private setting. Okay, I'm showing myself as a professional expert in this industry, and I don't want them to shorten themselves because they don't even realize they're shortening themselves doing that. And so what I do is I send them a discovery link, which is going to generate them a Zoom link. It's going to ask them a few questions, and it's going to generate a Zoom link so we can get on there and have a conversation about, are they going to be a candidate for non-surgical hair replacement, or are they going to be a candidate for hair restoration? This gives me that opportunity to see what it is they've already tried. Are they serious? I even have like a qualifier question to see if these people are if the person is actually serious. And if they're not serious, I'm still going to give them some recommendations on what they can do. And there's even a follow-up email for those who don't want to go forward with a consultation. My ultimate goal is to lock them into a consultation based off of one of those services. But if not, here's an email that has some retail that they can actually invest in as well to help them at home because some people just don't have that type of time. All right. That's another thing too to have. Do you have like different retail that you want to promote? I do have shampoos that I recommend and conditioners that I recommend and oils that I recommend that they can buy from me. So you don't want to shorten your sales from that. After they do the discovery call, I'll lead them to the consultation. That consultation conversation is going to lead them to a treatment plan. Okay. And then after that treatment plan, they go into maintenance. Whether they're doing maintenance with me and I have those packages set up, or are they buying retail so they can do maintenance at home? Either way, it's all staying right here within the house. I have individuals that I have sent back to their other stylists, but they still took with them the shampoo that they have that they use. Because when they graduate, I give them like a little graduation bag that has the maintenance products that they need to keep going and maintain their results. Y'all follow me on this? Y'all see how this goes? So if you don't feel like your journey, your client journey is from start to finish like that, I want you guys to make sure that you have that discovery call set up. You can use a free website called Calendly, or like say your booking site can, a lot of you all's booking sites have it where they can book a discovery call. Maybe you want the person to come in for 15 minutes to talk to you for free. This is going to be a free call just to see what this person is dealing with. And then that's going to lead to an actual consultation. Okay. And that's going to lead to whatever your program is that you want them to get into. And then you want maintenance. Okay. After that, they need to know what their maintenance is. That coming to you once a month? Is that coming to you twice a month? Is it coming to you every week? What is it that that person needs? And what do you have set up for them to do that? And do you want them to still continue supplementation? Make it a requirement. Do you want them to keep getting your oil? Make that a requirement. And things that can help you in these processes, you can have consultation forms, make them digital, or you can have some in person that they fill out. You want to make sure you have consent documents. With me doing pro sale treatments, I do have like a consent form that I have individuals sign to let them know that they are getting these type of treatments. Do they have a treatment plan put in place? Okay. And do they have follow-up things that they need to continue to do? So educating your clients in these processes will help you be able to help them know what is going to happen and help you kind of establish a flow for your business. So your services are do not fail. All right, your services are set. What fails is your client's journey to get into these services. And if it's not set up, you're not going to have the clients. You're not going to be able to retain the clients. But when you have that system set up that works, and I'll just name one that I know works, because I not only follow it, my community follows it. Anybody who's mentored under me has followed it. They do not have any problems from there. Okay. Now, let's just say you already have all this stuff set up and you're just like, you know what? I need, I don't have enough time or I need some assistance. Maybe you need to bring some staff on. I know our team offers virtual assistants that will help us with that back office stuff when it comes to submitting claims, checking client eligibility. Maybe you just don't have time to offer those type of services. Maybe you need somebody to help you with sales to explain the services, or maybe work on your landing pages so they can see what the process is in those service in your client process. So all of those things are actually things that you can be doing. You could train your staff on how to explain your services and close sales. Like maybe you want them to get on the booking calls, get the booking calls for you, communicate with the people online to get them on the booking call. They could check their patient eligibility, like I just mentioned. Okay. Um, to and do that. If you're getting on with insurance companies, they can make sure that you're qualified. So I mean that you're credentialed, so you guys can start submitting claims, and they can actually be the one to submit the claims. They can be the ones emailing your clients out when you have these different specials that you want to offer throughout the year for these different holidays. They might want to make the intake forms for you. You might need somebody who's going to do the branding for you to post online so you can get people to book and come to these discovery calls. So maybe your goal for 2026 is I need a staff member to handle these things that I have put in place. So marketing should never outperform your operations though. You want to make sure that you're able to have your operations rolling the way that you want to roll, and then wherever you need assistance in, you outsource and get those virtual assistants. Or maybe like I said, I know for me personally, I want an in-person staff. And that is what I'm working to get launched next year. Okay. Um, when it comes to actually getting your services launched, now that you have taken the time to see what it is that you need launched, go ahead and set up your messaging. Okay. You can do things on, you can work with your clientele that you already have and also get new ones and really put out things like, what is this service for? The services that you're offering, who are actually the candidates for this service? Who is this service not for? These can be the different posts that you're starting to put online. Maybe you want to start doing drip emails with these educational questions in it, and then what the results look like. Okay. You can show them what the process is. I know I'm big on showing before and afters and being realistic about, all right, this is the results they got in 3 months. This was the results they got after 4 treatments. So people can put a mind on it like, okay, well, if she's saying that this treatment is something you do every 2 weeks and they got these results in 4 treatments, and that's like 2 months. These are things that you want to educate your clients about. You could put out facts about the different treatments that you're trying to do. Hair replacement, who are letting them know that hair replacement is something that insurance covers. That is a fact. Okay, let's check your eligibility. Putting out different reels and lives of you explaining these services, or even putting like maybe a slideshow of things that you've already done that they can see. But you're positioning yourself as the authority in this industry, and the way to do that is getting out there. Okay, you don't want to sound like a salesperson. You want to sound like a person who, this is what I do. Here's who I am trying to help, and here's what these services look like for those individuals that I can help. Period. All right. So a launching strategy that I want you guys to consider is, first, let's introduce the services to the clients you already have. Many of us have clients sitting right in our seats. That's what made us even go get this additional education. All right. Introduce that service to them, email it out, do a blast on the email list that you already have. If you have Stripe, if you have Gloss Genius, if you have Viagro, is it Viagro? Anyway, any of these booking systems or these CRM systems, they have email templates or email options where you could blast out those clients. Okay, maybe you want to bring all your new clients that's online, all the people on your Facebook, to a private community, or bring the clients you have into a private community. So you could always launch the whatever special you have going on, or services, or any educational tips, because they're already like, know what you're doing. But with you kind of constantly being in their face about, hey, this is what I'm doing, y'all better get with it, that is going to really help them. When you're off doing these offers of these soft launches, maybe you want to offer a percentage off of your consultations. Maybe you want to say, I'm only doing 5 individuals at this price point for a package. So you can get the before and after catalog put together. Maybe you want to say, because you guys are the originals that support me, I am going to prioritize you guys and get you in at this rate. Okay. And everybody who works through a program that you have, please make sure that they do a testimonial, or leave a Google review. So your Google listing can get up higher. We want to make sure that you could do like video testimonials. Some people don't mind saying what their experience was. And that really helps get other people who like, what, she looks like me, or he looks like me. She can help me too. right? So these soft launches are ways to really protect your brand but refine your delivery. They're really trying to help you see that you've been doing what you're doing, but you cannot think that these people who, if I've been coming to you for a roller set for 20 years and all of a sudden you're talking about stem cell therapy, my mind hasn't even went over there to that, seeing that I'm even a candidate. But maybe you notice that you start going to get this stem cell therapy training because this person was already experiencing thinning. Or maybe you see that this person might need a hair replacement system because maybe their hair they've had some life altering event where they don't no longer have their hair. So you definitely want to definitely make sure that you are doing that to help your clients know what it is that you do. All right. And when it comes to public promotion, um, you can definitely put out case studies, client outcomes, behind the scenes of you getting set up for your business. These are other things that you can do to put on your profile to let them know, hey, this is what I do. And then you're going to always use a clear call to action. A clear call to action is book your discovery call here. Have a link that they go to, or click the link in my bio for a free discovery call. And with every content picture that you are putting out, that is more on the social media public side. Even going to wellness events, I always have like a QR code set up where I have a table set up. But if anybody who's wanting to actually get into this or work with me, or I even put work with me and it's leading to my discovery call link. So visibility without clarity does not convert. So if they're not clear on what it is that you do, they see you posting, but they're not clear on what to do. They're not clear on what you want me to do. Like, yeah, I like your picture, but what you want me to do next? A call to action is going to tell me to go come next. Yes, I have, for example, I have put a client. Here's a before and after of a client who was dealing with blah blah blah. She got these results in 3 treatments. If I just stop there, it's just like, wow, that's what's up. But the call to action is if you would like to, um, if you would like to see results with your hair growth, or if you want to get your hair restored, click this link down below to book your free discovery call. That's the call to action. All right. So you want to make sure you're very clear on what that looks like. And everything, and this is your first time launching a lot of this stuff, there's everything is not going to be perfect. You got to track things, you may have to adjust things, change up how things are flowing. But when you see what works, keep up with that. Keep up with your average. What was your most popular thing that they get? I know for me, I got discovery calls all day. I was getting consultations all day, but I was dropping off on why can't I get everybody to convert to a program? But there were some things I need to change up on my program. I know for me initially, my issue was I would do the consultation, tell them I will have them come back for part two for me to explain the results. In our sales call, he's like, well, that's where my sales coach was like, well, that's where you're dropping off at. Well, we're going to close them right then. Can you do that? And I'm like, I just never did that. I don't know if I want to do that. That might be too much pressure. But he's like, but you kind of already know what you're going to do to an extent. And he said, really doing all that work and not having a commitment can be a lot. So instead of doing it, but I wanted my clients to have something to take away from a consultation. So instead of doing an actual go home and doing a PowerPoint, I would put together a healthy hair blueprint that gave them the instructions that they need to work with me. And whether they work with me or not, they see that they have supplement recommendations that if they click on that, they have to get it from me. If they have it told them kind of like what they would do at home, but they still have to come buy the products from me. And if they want to do it in the office, here's what that looks like. And a lot of the times, the office thing was way more, not looks, it was way more glamorous than what you're going to do at home. So a lot of people's like, oh yeah, I pretty much already know before I do the blueprint what they're going to do. But I talk about what I'm going to put in the blueprint at my closing instead of saying, hey, come back when my blueprint is ready, because that's where a lot of times we lost the sale. Well, that's where I was losing my sale. And changing that detail, which I didn't notice till, some year or two later, it changed the game for me. So I'm telling you now to look into that now, look ahead of it, see what's happening, and figure out where your drop off points are so you can bridge that gap better. All right. You want to go ahead and identify any type of objections. Is it a money thing? Well, if it's a money thing, let's offer these payment plan options. Let's offer financing, maybe show the payment plan through the financing part. Care Credit is good about giving the actual printout of the what the payments will look like. Cherries does the same thing. These are things that you want to set up. If you did in-house house financing, we teach you guys some other options that you can do as well to help your people see that financing up front. So, overall, in conclusion, for 2026, I want you guys to really, work on systemizing your systems, systemizing what it is that you're actually trying to do. Get into working with a CRM system that's going to help you get things organized. Honeybooks is a really good one as well. You have things like I know for ProSale, they actually just launched a new one. So if you are a ProSale representative or you're looking to get with ProSale, they do now have a CRM system, which is client relations management, that can help you house a lot of this stuff, house a lot of this marketing, get these texts out, because they're using a high platform that I actually was using with another company, but I was able to convert it over to ProSale and get all those perks still with the ProSale templates. All right. So the questions that I want to leave you with today, guys, after thinking about all these different tips, what service are you preparing to launch in 2026? Focus on one or two of them. Okay. What steps do you feel like you're currently missing to be able to do this launch? And where do you feel like you are the most stuck if you are stuck? Is it a compliance issue, a pricing issue, or knowing how to promote? Okay. So all of these things, guys, are takeaways that I want you to guys to think about for over the course of the next 2 weeks. And I want you guys to really hone in on what that is and just take a day to do it. It's not like it takes a long time. Take a day to really sit down and plan and strategize, because that will help you not leave money on the table that wants to be spent. These people want to spend money on their solutions to their hair loss. And that is what they want. That is the authority that you need to show for your business. Okay. So I want to thank you all for hopping on today. And I hope this training helps get you where you want to be at mentally, to prepare for a better 2026 when it comes to your business. Some of you guys are already in great places, but let's get to your ultimate goals by taking the time to do a little more strategizing. Okay. I am Amber McCray, a lucrative insurance strategist, and I thank you for just getting a sneak peek of the conversations we have in the med hair community. It's just that in med hair community, we're gonna figure out exactly what it is that you want to work on. So if you are interested in joining our med hair community, to click the link below in our description, and you can actually get access to this, because this is something that we're going to be working on over the course of the next few sessions.